In this video, I'm going to unbox and assemble this Evercross EK30 electric bike. A link to this bike is above and also in the description. But before we get started, I hope that you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and without further ado, let's get after it. We're going to first open up this box. Okay, over here it looks like we have the accessory kit. If I had a helper, I could lift the bike out of the box, but I don't. So I'm going to lay the bike down on its side and then slide the bike out. Looks like the charger and some of the other components are here in this bottom styrofoam. The box did get a little bit damaged, but overall everything looks like it's in pretty good shape. It's well packaged. Inside the box, it comes with everything you'll need to assemble this bike, including the tools and a tire pump. Here is the user manual. This is the charger. It comes with the pedals, the different fenders, a bike lock. I'm going to go ahead and get this unpackaged and get rid of all the foam. Right here are the keys for the battery, I see. So I'm going to get the battery out here and get that charging and get to the fun quicker. All right, I got the bike unpacked. Now what I'm going to do is unlock the battery over here on this side. Unlock it from the frame and then just slide up. It simply comes out. Let's do a little test here. Looks like it's almost full. Here is the charge port. I'm going to go ahead and get that charger unpacked and get the battery charging. First thing I'm going to do is install the handlebars. I'm going to remove these little rubber caps and then use the hex key on this multi-tool and loosen and remove the cap. With the cap off, you're going to rotate up the handlebars and you'll see that there's some ridges right here. You're going to place those and center them into the handlebar mount and then reinstall the cap. You're going to install these bolts. You may have to come back and adjust this. Next, I'm going to install these different cables up here in the front. So pretty easy, red goes with red. All right, in order to install the front tire, you'll need to use this wrench here and loosen these nuts. I'm going to use a socket, 17 millimeter, or you could use a crescent wrench and adjust it down to that size. Now, make sure that your brake rotor is on this side, aligned with that brake caliper, and you're going to remove the nut, and you're going to have the washer with a tab on it. Set those aside, leave the spacers on the inside, and then on the other side, you're going to do the same thing. Remove the nut, and then the two washers, one on the inside with the tab. And what I'm going to do is either get a friend to lift this up or I'll try it by myself. Let's see how we'll do here. Shouldn't be too bad without the battery in. So if I lift this up, got the front wheel on, brake rotor is lined up with the brake pads in the caliper. Now what I'm going to do is take the washer with the tab, slide it on here like this, then the regular washer and the nut, tighten that down. Then I'm going to do the same on the other side. Put the tab washer on, the regular washer, and then tighten down the nut. All right. I'm going to hold one side with my wrench, tighten that down, then move over here. tighten that down. You can also use the outside of this wrench to hold it, and you should be good. All right, front wheels on. Take that out. Going to install this small front fender. You're going to remove 2 screws under the headlight here. Simply bolt on the new fender. There we have that. Now it's time to put on the back 2 fenders. To install the fender, what I'm going to do is loosen these bolts here. I can use this hex tool, and I can hold the nut with this wrench like this to remove the bolts and install them. Do the same down here. Now there's 2 different mud flaps, one for the front and one for the rear. You can see the rear one, these 2 are a lot longer and closer together. The front one is staggered, you can see this. And this is going to mount just like that. And I'm going to use the bolts that were in there. I'm going to slide the bolt through and then slide the bolt through on this. Get this aligned and then install the nut on the back. Moving on to the rear. Remove the bolts. All right, pedals. There's a right and a left. Here's the right pedal. It goes on clockwise. You can thread it on. Then use your wrench to tighten that down. And the left pedal goes on counterclockwise. Before I install the battery, I forgot to put these little rubber caps back in these bolt holes up here. I did double check. I do like where the handlebars are situated, so I'm going to leave them like that. If I need to rotate them forward or back, I can do so later on. Install these rubber caps. Now I'm going to install the battery. Goes in there pretty easy. I'm going to lock it in place. And let's see. Now there's no key lock or ignition switch up here, so I'm going to guess I'm going to hit the middle button to turn it on. And I get an R. There we go. Turns on. I had to hold it for a little bit. Let's see what we get. Looks like the default is to miles per hour. It's in pedal mode 5. I guess there's only 3 pedal assist modes. Alright, so it's probably set, and I got to change some of the settings to get to the advanced menu. Let's check that out now. Okay, up here with the display. Now, in the back of the manual are the different P settings. Now, to get to the advanced settings menu, you're going to simply hold the up and down button. To turn on the bike, you're just going to hold the M button or the middle button, and you can see that the bike turns on. Over here is a half twist throttle. Obviously, you have to be in a pedal assist mode. You have the rear brake here, front brake over here. This is the bell. You have directionals both front and rear. But to jump in here to the advanced setting menu, I'm going to hit the up and down button, and it jumps me right in. So P01 is the brightness, so I can go up or down, and there's 3 different brightness settings. To go to the next one, P02 is the miles. You can set 1 is for miles, 2 is for kilometers. So this is America. We're going to set it to miles. Moving on to P03, this is the voltage, 48 volts. I'm going to leave that as the default. P04 is the screen dormancy. The screen will shut off after 5 minutes. think I'm going to raise that to 10. P05 is the number of gears set up. It looks like there's 3. I like 5 pedal assist modes, so I'm going to change that to 5. Looks like you can go up to 9. Interesting. It's pretty neat. So I'm going to go to 5. And now moving over here to wheel size. This is 20-inch wheel size. I'm going to leave it the default. P7 is the magnet setting. I'm going to leave that as the default. P8, so this is the speed limit. It's set to 24 kilometers. I'm going to raise that up as high as I can go, which should allow me to get to unlimited speed here. So I'm going to go all the way up to as high as I can. I'm going to go to 100. Yes. Moving on. P09 is the pedal engagement speed. Pedal start disabled, or 1 is the default. I'm going to leave that as the default. I can come back and change it. This is when I would be forced to pedal to start, but I like it to be able to just do throttle only. All right, so going back into the advanced settings menu, I'm at P10. This is drive mode. 0 is drive by gears. 1 is drive by throttle only. 2 is both. So I'm going to go back into the menu. P11 is the sensitivity setting. I'm going to set that as the default. P12 is the starting torque. It's set to the max 5. I'm going to leave that as a default. P13 is the boost disc magnets. I'm going to leave that as the default. Oh, P14, this is the amount of amps. So I'm going to raise that to the highest, which is 20 amps. So that should increase my speed along with P08 settings. And then P15, doesn't say what that is. P16, not sure. P99, this is for restoring the default. One touch up button will restore to the default settings, so if you get things screwed up. And then the last thing is odometer. You can reset the odometer on the bike. And to retain those settings, I think you just hold the plus and minus button. Let's see what's also in the different settings here. If I go through, I have a time. I have my voltage is 50 volts. I didn't quite charge the bike, so I'll do that and take this out for a test ride. This is my trip distance, and then any error codes. All right, so I got those changed up. Let's see what my max speed is now. Still saying I'm limited to 19 miles per hour. That's pretty slow. In order to get this bike to do the maximum speed, you're going to go into the settings menu and you're going to change P08 to 67 miles per hour. 68 slows it down, 66 slows it down. I even tried setting it to 100, even changed the wheel size smaller. That didn't get it to go faster, so save that to 67. Make sure that my pedal assist mode is all the way up to 5, and then here you can see that I get to 37.3 kilometers per hour, or about 24 miles per hour. Now a bike with this motor and this 21 amp controller should easily be able to get to 45-50 kilometers per hour, or 28 to 30 miles per hour. I'm going to still tinker with this bike to see if I can't get it to go faster, but I hope that you like this video. Subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, please leave in the comments. Thanks for watching.